Heidenhain drilling cycles are different than ISO programming format. Let's look at drilling cycle commands in an Heidenhain postprocessor. First of all, as you can see, unlike ISO-based controllers, we define a subcommand for all drilling cycles as standard. These subcommands are created for the condition of first drilling point, or in other words, first drill of the cycle. There is a very important reason why we define these subcommands, and I will explain that in a moment. Let's first look at the codes added inside these subcommands. As you can see, the cycle def code comes at the beginning. Next to cycle def comes a numeric value to determine the type of the cycle, and then the name of the cycle. For instance, 200 is for drilling. 205 is both for brake chip and peck drilling cycles. And the name of this cycle is universal pecking. 201 is for reaming. And 207 is for tapping, and the name of this cycle is rigid tapping new. All cycles have their own Q parameters, defined below this cycle def line. To learn more about the drilling cycle types of Heidenhain and the Q parameters used in these cycles, you can look at an Heidenhain programming manual. It is easy to find them on the web. Also, to learn more about the monospost words used here, just right-click on the word you want and select Help. This will open the definition of the word and variable. Here is something interesting. Except for the word drill cycle depth 2, all other words here are standard monospost words. Drill cycle depth 2 is a user-defined word. The standard version of this word is drill cycle depth. Let's look at these two words now. First, I will open drill cycle depth. As you can see, drill cycle depth variable is used to create this word. This variable always gets positive value. And here in this word, the coefficient is 1. The value in the variable is multiplied by this coefficient, and the resulting value after multiplication is stored in the word. This means that, like its variable, this word will always get a positive value. Let's now look at drill cycle depth 2 word. This word also uses the drill cycle depth variable. The only difference here is the coefficient. This word uses a coefficient of -1 rather than 1. This means that the value of this word will be negative as the variable is always positive. This is an interesting example of how to use coefficients inside words. Here, also notice the tilde sign at the end of each cycle line. You should not forget to add these signs. These signs are used in Heidenhain to show that the cycle continues, it is not over yet. Therefore, only the last line of the cycle should not have this sign. Now let's explain why we use subcommands for drilling cycles in Heidenhain. Maybe you already understand why. This is because we want the cycle def codes and its Q parameters to be written for once, just at the beginning of the cycle. For other drilling points in the same cycle, we want to write only the coordinates of the drilling points, with L letter at the beginning and M99 added to the end of the line. M99 is used to show that these coordinates are drilling points, and therefore will activate the drilling cycle. L letter is used at the beginning, because this is also a motion line. The cutting tool first moves to the specified coordinates, and then the drilling cycle starts, because of the M99 code. Note that we use exclamation mark here in front of X and Y coordinate words because we force monospost to write X and Y values in the drilling cycles even if their values do not change. Therefore, the original drilling cycle commands only have these single drilling coordinates. And subcommands have all the cycle definitions, plus the coordinates for the first drilling point.